Hey up, you beautiful buggers. It's a noisy ghost. Yep, we're going Halloween theme for this video. And today we're going to be looking at another top 5 camp locations. However, mon petit fleurs, these spots are all going to be perfect to place down your very own Halloween themed camp. Simply lovely. Right then, to kick it off, our first spot is here, just on the border between the Maya and the Cranberry Bog. Possibly the two worst regions on the whole entire bloody map. However, this is a bloody good spot for, you know, Halloween themed stuff. Now then, what we have here is a nukashine spot, and it's known as the Witch's Picnic. And you know, it is quite hard to tell how it came by that name, but if you look very closely, there is some subtle clues. One being the skeleton of a witch, and the other being a picnic. You know that I like to warn you about potential threats at camp locations that I show, and unfortunately guys, yeah, this does have one or two enemies. Yes indeed, if you do decide to place your camp down here, you're gonna have to deal with two rad roaches, and I know it's difficult, and I know they're scary, but just be brave, pull out your gun, and I'm sure you'll be able to kill them. All in all guys, it's not a bad location this. Yep, it is pretty small, but there is some land around it where you could put down an half decent sized camp. Couple that with a Halloweeny goodness, and aye, I reckon I'm gonna see some pretty decent builds here. For our next location, we have the Halloween house, and up until about a year ago I think, you couldn't even place your camp down here. Until one fine day, Bethesda in their infinite wisdom decided to open it up for us. So yeah, let's take a ganders. Now this house just screams Halloween. You've got these hay bales in the front garden that have been turned into spiders, although they only have 6 legs I do believe, so that makes no sense, but anyway, I digress. The whole house is basically a tribute to Halloween. I don't think there's another spot in the game that you can camp in that is remotely close to this. Honestly guys, if you like building in pre-existing structures, or you just want to, you know, make a quick camp for Halloween, this one's perfect for you. Even the house itself inside is a little bit unique. The upstairs and the ground floor, yeah, they're pretty generic, you know, they're comparable to most of the pre-existing houses in the game. However, this bugger has a basement, and I don't think I've seen any other house in the game that actually comes with one, that you can build in at least. I think the only real drawback about this location is the enemies, to be honest with you. There's usually a scorched or mole rat spawn outside, and there's some ghouls in the basement and in the bedroom, so not particularly, you know, ideal. Again though, another cool location, and I don't think you're going to find another as in your face Halloweeny one as this. Yes, the enemies are a bit of a bugger, but you know, you can deal with them. It's not too much of an issue, is it? For location number 3, we're in the Ash Heap. More specifically, the arse end of nowhere in the Ash Heap. And to me, I don't know about you guys, this looks like a ritual sacrificey area thing. Yeah, that's a technical term for it. Now then, the terrain around here isn't too brilliant. I don't think you're going to be able to build directly on top of the water and, you know, the sacrificey area. Well, actually, I don't know. Potentially you could do, but it is going to be a kick in the penis. So unless you're into that kind of thing, I'd recommend building on some of the land that's surrounding this spot, and there is quite a decent amount of it. Now for the small facts of the enemies. Yes, there is a couple that spawn around here. I've had some mole rats, which are easily the most frustrating little shits in the game, and some liberators, which are, you know, equally as annoying. But other than that, guys, I've not seen anything else around here, though granted, I haven't spent a lot of time in this location, so there could be something quite nasty. But that's all part of the fun, guys. Camp enemy roulette, you never know what you're gonna get. A normal creature or a legendary effect? I don't know, place your bet. My apologies for that spontaneous outburst of poetry. Anyhow, like the rest of them, this is a really cool and unique location. If you choose to build your camp here, I'm sure you're not going to be disappointed with it. Now for location number 4, this is directly on top of Hopewell Cave, and you can 100% place your camp down here, even though it is a marked location. This spot is absolutely incredible. It's literally a graveyard. I mean, can you get any more spooky than that? No, I don't think you can. I'm not going to lie to you guys, at night time, it looks absolutely fantastic. The cage bulb lights that are hanging around it, yeah, it really does give a nice effect. Now then, when it actually comes to building your camp, you know, putting down structures, you are going to have to do it on this patch of land at the side here. I think it was Little Miss Vixen that did a church build here to give you, you know, some idea of what can be done. So yeah, I'll leave a link down in the description to that if I can find it. Again guys, I think the only negative about this spot is the enemies that spawn. So far I've had a couple of wolves and some scorch, so nothing too terrible, but yeah, you are going to have to think about that. Another good location, and definitely deserving of being in the top 5 list. Last but not least, we have an OG location, and I think most of you watching this video are going to be aware of this one. Yep, I'm talking about the Standing Stones. Now yes, granted, granted, it isn't your typical Halloween-y style location, but it does have that, alien mystique about it. Although it is 100% human-made, there's some lore about it in a terminal, I just can't remember where it is, but anyhow. As well as the standing stones, you've got a massive amount of land to build on. It's not the smoothest in the world, but yeah, you shouldn't find it too challenging whatsoever. And to top it off, you have an absolutely fantastic view from this position. I mean, it's not too shabby, that, is it? No, it definitely isn't. Enemies-wise, I'm not too sure. I've been up here a few times and I've never actually seen anything, but like I said before, it doesn't mean there isn't anything here. Anyhow, that about wraps it up, guys. Let me know down in the comments if you've never seen any of these locations, or you're going to try and build in one of them. I'm intrigued to know. As ever, I'd like to say a massive thank you to all my Patreons. The extra support is much appreciated. If that's something you guys are interested in, the link's down in the description, along with links to all my other socials as well. And as ever, if you did like the video, hit that like button, let me know I'm doing a half decent job, and if you want to see more weekly Fallout content, hit that subscribe button too. As we say it north, I'll love you and leave you, and I'll catch you at next one.